I love you, Mary.
This is cancelled gay comedian 1 out of 3. Anti-gay activist and self-declared ex-lesbian Erica at Legal Tweets. This is pissed off lawyer, or pissed up lawyer as I keep calling them. Who is a trans man, by the way. If you're offended by misgendering, then go cry about it or something. I don't give a fuck. And pals have pie on their face. Erica, a modern-day Auntie Bryant, Anita Bryant? I don't know. Considers a PPO to silence gay rights pioneer, Stonewall veteran Fred Sargeant over memes. Her friends think Fred should self-delete. One of her friends being Amaya Deakins, friend of the show. Good to see you on here again. Albeit not directly. But yeah, let's see what they've been talking about. Just to be clear, by the way, because it's written a certain way, this pissed off lawyer person, as far as I know, trans man, lawyer, something in their 40s. I don't know exactly. Very vocal on Twitter. I think that they're a bit of a ridiculous human being. I think they lie constantly, and they advocate in a way that just does not make any sense and get roasted for it constantly, including by me, to be fair. But yeah, there's 3 different videos. So this is the first one. And this is a space called Last Dance Before Trump Trans Edition, being hosted by this pissed off lawyer. And you can see Amaya Deakins here.
I have Mr. Fred Sargeant posting about me every day.
So you can hear pissed off lawyer. There we go. Now, he's complaining about Fred Sargeant posting about him every day. He posts very sort of provocative things about like trans issues every day. This person also @s J.K. Rowling an awful lot. He's the kind of person that will @J.K. Rowling, screaming all kinds of shit at her. And then when she responds, cry foul, because the weirdos that follow J.K. Rowling around, harassing anyone that she talks about, harass them, which I'm not okay with. It's not cool to do that. But it also makes him a bit of a fucking crybaby, because he's harassing someone and then complaining when they respond and he gets harassed because of it. That's basically my read on his whole shtick. So any of this crybaby shit, I'm automatically not down with. Like, someone's talking about you every single day. You're posting extremely contentious, crazy shit every day, quite frankly.
I have Mr. Fred Sargeant posting about me every day with all this fan art about me. Well, so, I mean, fans
just fucking die.
Yeah.
Just fucking die. There's Amaya. Jesus Christ.
Well, so, I mean, fans
just fucking die.
Yeah.
Just tell him to go fuck himself and kill himself and die.
Tell him to go kill himself. Amaya, what has happened? Jesus Christ, I've had you on my platform. Was that a mistake? Should I not have?
Die, man.
I know, well, then you get banned when you say that, so I have to rein it in.
See, listen, it sounds like Pissed Up agrees, but is at least sensible enough to say, hey, maybe don't say that.
Oh my God.
But then he kind of laughed afterwards, so he probably does completely agree.
Just find out his phone number, call him up, and tell him off.
That's a good idea. I probably could find his phone number.
Yeah.
Find his phone number. Jesus Christ, what is going on?
He's like that stupid video about me was like that music video. I was like,
you've told him like a million times to leave you alone.
Yeah, I have.
Like, when does he not?
The thing is, putting yourself out there the way someone like Pissed Off Lawyer does, you're going to catch a lot of attention. You're going to get a lot of ire. Should I kill myself because occasionally I retweet his shit, talking about how dumb it is?
Realize he needs to stop. Man, come on.
Why doesn't Pissed Up Lawyer need to stop going on about J.K. Rowling constantly? Oh, the gay not queer thing. Hang on, let me find out. Fred Sargeant was wrong, but so were his assaulters. Okay. At a Pride event in Burlington, Vermont, this past Sunday, a man named Fred Sargeant was physically assaulted by Pride goers for holding a sign that read, "No blackface, no woman face" on one side, and "Gay not queer" on the other. Sargeant was wearing a shirt with a logo for the LGB Alliance, a transphobic British group who has seen no shortage of controversy. J.K. Rowling, blah, 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 blah. There we go. Well, it happened. Jesus Christ.
True story. And it's like, it's Sophie, Molly, and me. That's who he likes to harass the most.
Sophie Molly is exactly the same. Sophie Molly is a fucking crybaby. She's constantly saying all this, like, completely contentious shit. She literally got dropped from the Green Party for harassing J.K. Rowling online, calling her like a torn-faced cow and shit, which I tend to agree that people should be allowed to say what the fuck they want. But at the same time, it suggests a lack of professionalism. And listen, if we know anything about Sophie Molly, we know that professionalism is not what the person does. Not when they're advocating, not when they're pretending to be a politician, and definitely not when they're making music, but that's another story.
Now.
Yeah.
He has his targets, I guess, that
You.
He has his targets, he disagrees with you. Sophie Molly is literally always sending mental letters to people. Yes, true.
hopefully he'll get bored
I
with
don't
me,
know.
I'm hoping.
Well, I don't know. What can you do with your law? Your states of your law up there? Fuck them, man.
I don't know. I didn't find out what state he's in. There's not much I can do.
This pissed up lawyer person, he is not very intelligent from what I can tell.
To be honest, I don't think there's much I can do unless I file the PPO. But if he was in Michigan, I could do something. But
Yeah.
Like what?
But he's definitely not here.
Yeah, but you're there. I thought it was where you were at.
Yeah, but the court.
He was standing up for lesbians who had not been allowed to participate in the Pride Parade. Fair enough. Listen, I follow Fred Sargeant. Like, I think we interact occasionally. I know, I tend to agree with him, honestly.
Would have jurisdiction over him, so it would be where I'm at. But like, it'd probably be granted. But
Yeah. Go ahead. You can get my dog inside. Come on, Carolina.
it's just a level of like harassing trans people or any queer people or just any.
Harassing trans people or any queer people. Is he harassing people when you're all throwing shit at each other on Twitter constantly? He takes exception to the shit that you're constantly posting. Is that harassment when it's responding to shit?
Any marginalized group.
And he should f***ing act better if he's like his historical goddamn act better.
Or any queer people or just any marginalized group. It's just a level of like harassing trans people or any queer people or just any marginalized group.
Is Fred Sargeant going after any marginalized group? What? God, I love how they just start throwing out random shit and they can't think of anything else to say. Oh, well, queer people and marginalized groups. Like, can't you stay on topic for like any length of time? I appreciate this is like a couple of hours in, but like, I don't know, man.
And he should f***ing act better if he's like his historical goddamn figure.
He should act better. But you don't think pissed up lawyer here should act better? You don't think he should consider the shit that he says when so much of it is fucking dog shit? Listen, I'll show a little bit of what I mean about this pissed up lawyer person. And I can show a bit about what I mean about Sophie Molly as well.
That's what I said. But then when I found out he used to be a cop, I was like, oh.
Yeah, so he's like,
As if that means something. Is it like just ACAB brain rot? Fred has experienced actual marginalization. Yeah, he's an older gay. I'm sure he probably has. Like, and I'm not saying that neither of these people have, but what they're doing here is nuts. Like, tell someone to go kill themselves. Like, what? What the are you doing? And like, this person says an older person should be behaving better. You're like, what, in your 50s? You're decently older than me, for example. I'm not going around telling people to kill themselves. Or suggesting that someone tells someone to kill themselves. Or get hold of their phone number. Why don't you take your own advice, Amaya?
Any queer people or just any marginalized group.
and he should f***ing act better if he's like his historical goddamn figure.
Yeah, what about acting better when you're a former, like, WPATH counselor? You counsel people. Like, how? Do you counsel other trans people to go tell people to kill themselves? That's mad. Why don't you act better?
That's what I said. But then when I found out he used to be a cop, I was like, oh.
Yeah, so he's like,
And like, what's that insinuating exactly? Is it just ACAB shit, or is there something else to them? 50s, they're almost an elder too. Yeah, exactly. Like, and this person has been with WPATH. This person has been like a a counselor for like trans people and stuff. It's nuts.
Like an abusive person.
Yeah.
And that's his,
An abusive person.
so he's like an abusive person.
Yeah.
And that's his whole personality.
Are we saying this because he used to be a cop? That's pretty disgusting. Like, it's okay to stereotype people. It's okay to push certain narratives about people because they were a cop. Like, what? Why do these people always sound like they're on hard drugs? Ah, fuck knows. Maybe it's the autism inflection coming out. Who knows?
Yeah, so he's like an abusive person.
Yeah.
And that's his whole personality. But goddamn, he's like 9,000 years old. You know what I mean? Shit.
Exactly. It's like,
It is a bit hilarious listening to someone in their 40s, someone in their 50s, shitting on someone who's even older than them and telling them that they should do better. Mate, you're all old to me. And you two probably should take your own advice.
he has to be pretty damn old if he was at Stonewall.
There we go. Amazing reasoning. So that's number one. Number two, we got another video.
How to use the internet.
I hate Twitter. Or just bear with me. Just bear with me. Much easier when I can just chop this up a bit. But hey.
Yeah. I think he's like 79 or some shit like that. I don't know. But
Surprised he knows how to use the internet.
Cops.
What?
what's that?
I said, why are these transphobes always cops? There was an ex-cop at my last place of work. She was like a old dyke.
I think, is this someone else? I don't know. All these people sound exactly the same to me. Hang on.
Yeah. I think he's like 79 or some shit like that. I don't know. But
Surprised he knows how to use the internet.
Cops.
What?
what's that?
Rejection? Oh, yeah, in spades. Fucking hell.
I said, why are these transphobes always cops? There was a
Why are these transphobes always cops? Are they? Is every transphobe a cop? Who the fuck is this? They don't sound like they should be speaking publicly about anything ever. Nuts.
ex-cop at my last place of work. She was like a old dyke.
And depending on, like, do you get to say this? Whoever this is speaking? Do you get to say this? To be fair, Dr. D has had a stroke. I mean, that might explain, like, the tone of voice and stuff. It certainly doesn't explain suggesting someone tells them to kill themselves or getting hold of someone's phone number. Especially that of an old man, you know?
And I could tell she totally would have transitioned if she didn't have cop brain.
Is this person eating?
Mm.
Cop brain. I can tell she would have transitioned if she didn't have cop brain. I don't know who that person is speaking. I don't think it's either of the two main characters here. They sound disgusting. Why are transphobes always cops? What? What even? What even?
Cop brain.
Cop brain. Yeah, she was like, I feel like they're like butches who become cops are fucking traitors.
What? Butchers who become cops are traitors. This is the most ACAB brain rot shit I've ever heard in my life. None of you even know why you fucking hate cops so much. You're just following the trends.
I kind of agree with you. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know how to put into words why it feels like they're traitors, but they definitely
Because you can't, because that's moronic.
are.
Oh, thank you so much, Wicked Weird Wednesday. Thank you. That I made in like 2018, 2019. It's quite old. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. I still like some of that album, but mostly the second half. I think the first half is a bit shit for the most part. But I made it a while ago. Here's the thing, by the way. These people want to talk shit on gay cops and stuff. I went to a Trans Day of Remembrance thing in like 2017 or 2018 or something. I went by myself. I didn't know anyone. And like no one like really wanted to talk to me or whatever. Except for like some female cop that like just started chatting to me. And it made me feel a lot more at ease. I was like super anxious around loads of other trans people. Like just kind of pinning myself in a corner because I don't know how to speak to anyone and you know, all that shit. And this like female police person, they actually spoke to me. I don't know. Sometimes cops are okay. One time, one of my bands, we went to London to do a show And on the way out, we went like the wrong way or something because London has all these weird road things. And instead of the police like making a big fucking deal out of it when they pulled us over, they got back into the car, like, follow us, we'll show you the way out. Like, not all cops can be like fucking painted with the same brush. And it's wrong when it's like, am I getting this right? These are queer rainbow warriors low-key shitting on gay people. Yes, very much so. They want to tell an older gay person who was at Stonewall to kill himself, even, and get hold of his phone number.
Yeah, and so how did you? And like I've been asking everybody with Fred Sargeant, like how were you at Stonewall, a police raid and protest, not a riot, and become a cop? Like
That's such a stupid question. Like, do you even understand the police whatsoever? How can you be at Stonewall and then become a cop? You sound stupid.
how does that happen?
This is like only a fucking ACAB brain fucking moron could think a thing like that. Like, absolutely insane. You think no one joins the police? Maybe because they want to try and be a good example? That they want to maybe like actually try and help their communities? You know what I mean? These people seem to think that if you're a cop, the only reason you'd be a cop is because you want to beat the fuck out of black people or some shit. That's how it sounds anyway. I'd love for someone to explain this shit to me properly. But they just sound bigoted in their own way. But I guess you can't be like fucking bigoted technically against police. I assume he thinks all black cops are racist traitors too. He probably does, but he can't say that because he's white.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like, so, like, how the hell do you become a cop? And how does any queer person become a cop?
This person is actually an idiot. This is just moronic.
Really?
We're going to change the system from the inside.
And then mocking people who probably literally feel that way. Not change the system necessarily, but be a force for good in the community. You know what I mean? Like, in fact, you do have to have people to stop people from driving drunk and beating each other up and trying to kill each other. It's necessary. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess that's the logic.
Oh my god.
I'm just making it up about people. Why don't you talk to some fucking cops?
Yeah, I've said that before too, but I wouldn't think the cops would be fucking changed.
No. And he had to be a cop during an era where you could just do whatever you want.
And these kind of attitudes, by the way, there's Amanda that's making Amaya. Well, they're all making the same argument. There's a third person. The face that's up is not the person speaking half the time. To the best of what I can tell, Pissed Up Lawyer is the one that sounds like they've got a bit of a heavy cold. Amaya's the slightly deeper voiced, slower talking one. There's a third person that's just spewing ACAB bollocks ad nauseum. And like this kind of mentality was like rife in like the area I'm at as well. And I remember like the merest hint of like mentioning cops in some like fucking communities that I tried to fucking for some reason get in with. Like people lose their fucking shit. It's like if people said the kind of things that these people say about cops, about black people, they'd be fucking racist. They'd be the worst fucking racist I've ever heard in my life. You know what I mean? Cops have saved you from DV. I appreciate it. There are bad cops and good cops. I've watched a lot of like body cams. And you just get used to realizing that cops are like people, like anyone else. And it's bizarre that you'd be saying that around these kind of people who are supposed to be the woke ones, the ones that are anti-bigotry. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, like playing drugs on people, like beat up minorities, like fucking whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Amaya again. Jesus Christ, you're so ignorant. You're so utterly ignorant. And this is the most fucking trend-chasing shit ever. Do you honestly actually think any of this about the police? Or are you just tagging along with your idiot friends?
Yeah, like playing drugs on people, like beat up minorities.
Is that what you think all police do?
Like fucking whatever, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I don't have any respect for him. Not just because he was a cop, just because he's an asshole. But that's just a bonus.
He's a cop, that's why I don't have any respect for him. Not because he's a cop, because he's an asshole. Jesus Christ. At least try and be coherent, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just fucking tiring.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
It's like,
There we go. They just don't want him to speak. There we go. Authoritarians. They talk about free speech, probably. They don't believe in any of it. If they're advocating for their own free speech, they don't believe in free speech for you.
dude, do you not have a fucking, like, something to do all damn day?
And yeah, I know you're too old to work.
A man in his 70s. Like, maybe he doesn't. What the fuck are you doing? Having these, like, 3-hour fucking conversations about how fucking evil Fred Sargeant is. You know?
But like, you know, I know you're retired or whatever, but like, is this how you want to go out in the world? You don't have that many days
I
left.
literally, I told him that, and his reply was to do more memes, and he has sucky ass memes too.
Yeah, he
like,
does. He has old people memes.
These people are making fun of an old person for having old people memes. We'll see what kind of memes Legal Tweets has pretty soon, don't worry. I'll show you what this guy is about. He's an utter loser.
Like,
All right, I got one more. We got one more, and it's the shortest one.
dude, that's nasty.
and I'm always like, okay, boomer.
Is weed legal in the UK? No, it is not.
No
Yeah.
offense.
Please, please, do you mind?
And I'm always like, okay, boomer. To
That's the worst thing. No one says okay boomer anymore.
no
Yeah.
offense to any boomers, but that's my
And I know we were talking about that because he calls you hun all the time.
yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, we were talking about that because he calls you hun all the time.
Yeah, I hate that.
Ew, that's nasty.
I'm like, ew, gross.
Calling someone hun. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I should just start calling them saggy balls. That's what I'm gonna start calling.
Yeah.
I should just start calling them saggy balls. That's what I'm gonna start calling.
Just sounds like fucking mean girl shit, you know what I mean?
Just call him bootlicker, or no, call him just call him pig.
I haven't gotten there yet. I need to.
I mean, that's what
How original. How amazing.
he should be used to. That, I swear.
Mm-hmm. And then when anybody replies, like he's like calls them my flying monkeys, like from my followers, replies to him, he just hides their responses. But he called me a fascist for wanting to burn that J.K. Rowling book.
You wanted to burn a book and someone called you a fascist. I hate when people call each other fascists over like nothing. But like, you're talking about burning books. What did you fucking expect, you dumb fuck?
What a dork! That's your book. You can do whatever the fuck you
Hey, I
want
paid
with
the
it.
goddamn $30 for it. If I want to put it in my campfire after I
Probably shouldn't record themselves in this state. They do sound very drunk, but I can't tell. I mean, plenty of these people are like medicated as fuck.
read it, that's not.
Hey,
There's
shit.
nothing to do with fascism. That's called doing what I want with my personal property.
Yeah, Amaya Deakins, personally, has been on my fucking thing. I've had her on my thing. I've had her on my platform. This is gross.
So, go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, I just I put two recent studies. I'm going to pop them up into the nest, and they're both out in
Guys,
the past.
breaking news. Hold on.
There we go. The end bit was not particularly relevant. But yeah. Let's just... Ooh. So we already know who Amaya is. She's someone that has been on my thing. She's been in my chat before. I'm pretty disgusted with them right now, to be honest. I think this is very gross, especially the shit she was saying around here. Nasty. And this is her friend, the pissed off lawyer. They posted an article. J.K. Rowling claims to be a victim of gender ideology. One of these people tweets at Elon Musk. Extremely basic bitch shit. Got baited by Elon Musk. Well done. This is basically Katie Montgomery comics with very slightly more production values. AKA really fucking dumb. I also fucking hate the pride flag. The progress flag, sorry. Can you see, by the way, this progress flag, the fucking chevron shit, is almost completely taken over the rainbow. It's almost like they're doing this on purpose and they know. They know. You know what I mean? Trump bans pride flags, blah, blah, blah. But how does this lower the cost of eggs or stop the war in Ukraine? Here's a thing. Here's the thing. I don't think that they're banning pride flags from buildings to try and lower the cost of eggs or stop the war in Ukraine. I think there's more than one thing happening in your country at the same time. Amazing. By the way, human rights campaign. Gross. Pursuing true self. Amazing. Amazing. We got this shit. Should we ban breeding? I've been programmed since birth to hate fascism and Nazis. A good book, a good article about Musk and Nazism from my good friend Frida Wallace. There we go. The circle completes. The circle completes. We got more shit. You can't erase trans people. The same argument that no one is making except trans people who will make it over and over and over again.
Trump's executive order trying to erase trans people is going to have absolutely zero effect on me. Why?
Why are we talking about it then?
I'm still trans. I'm still here. Look, I'm still existing. Yep, I'm a real person.
Yeah, they know that too. So why are you saying trying to erase trans people?
You can't just erase trans people. We've been around forever in different cultures across the globe for thousands of years.
Thousands of years. How do you know that? How do you know that? They're all repeating the cost of eggs line, even though we've all told them that we want to end wokeness and their tyranny. Yeah, and there's like more than one thing that the government can care about at once, which is a foreign concept to people like pissed up lawyer here. More Elon Musk. See, atting the same person over and over again, and then complaining that someone else takes exception to the shit that they're putting out every single day. This is crybully shit. It's interesting. I've been calling this person out for a while for basically harassing J.K. Rowling and then complaining about harassment the other way. Suddenly they don't seem to be talking about J.K. Rowling as much. I haven't seen any of their classic selfies either. They like to do, there we go. Your validity is not dictated by an executive order, whatever the fuck that means. Hello, I'm a butterfly. Hello, caterpillar, you're a caterpillar. Transphobia. What? Transphobes want to make the society more confusing. Oh, and this was the thing. So if I were to find the timestamps of that thing that we just watched, it would be this. Last Dance Before Trump. Did one a week ago. Queer joy is resistance. Just living your life as an LGBTQI plus person is an act of resistance. I'm going to say you something right fucking now. Me existing is not a resistance of anything. I just exist. I'm just a human being. I don't have religious beliefs of any kind. Oh, here we go. Detroit is a very gritty place. It's forged me into who I am. Transphobes and TERFs definitely underestimate that part of me. It's this like dour fucking expression every time. Trans people existing does nothing negative to your life, you crybaby bitch. Like, sure, your memes are so much better than Fred fucking Sargeant's. Sure, bro. Trans people aren't a fetish. Wow. Fetish. I cannot speak. Every single TERF that voted for Trump can honestly shut the fuck up about women's safety. Like, why would this person have any problem with, like, harassment when this is what they put out into the world? You get back what you put out into the world to an extent. You know what I mean? Gay panic defense. No idea what this is. Are you all going to tell Trump to smile in pics too? Mate, Trump isn't going on about his trans joy while looking like this. But yeah, he doesn't seem to... Oh, here we go. Atting J.K. Rowling. The irony of this J.K. Rowling quote. This must have been before the mold rot set in. This person is a cyberbully. This person is a fucking cyberbully. Jan 14th. Jan 13th. At J.K. Rowling. I will do it justice. I like camping and making fires. Okay, so you're talking about book burning. And someone called you a Nazi. What do you fucking expect in a way? I think it's cringe to call anyone a Nazi. But what do you expect? Still not smiling in selfies. You're so tough. You're so fucking tough. I'll tell you how tough fucking pissed up lawyer is. I could put my hand out like this against their forehead. They will never touch me because they look like they're about 5 foot fuck. There's no LGB without the T. Well, I mean, there are. Leave transgender people the hell alone, but I'm not going to leave other people alone. You're even shit on fucking Maya Poet, making a poll over who wore a bow tie better. You or Maya Poet. It's like, it's the most fucking, the most insecure shit. All right, I think we've done enough. Listen, I want to just make my point about Sophie Molly as well, because apparently Sophie Molly is also a victim of Fred Sargeant. Someone with such a charming nick. A bully? Yeah, pissed up lawyer is a complete fucking bully. And now I can see why Amaya has no fucking interest in reining that fucking prick in. Even though I've mentioned it numerous times, that he's a fucking idiot, that he is cooked in the head. But she didn't give a fuck. She won't listen to me on anything. She's got a fucking weird friends to hang out with. So hey, I don't know. I just think it's a shame that I allowed her onto my fucking platform, quite honestly. Yeah, trans rights are gonna affect everything else. Amazing, amazing. No one's ever made that before. I'm blocked, by the way. I've been blocked for a long time. Good article, ACLU. Wow, amazing. They can always tell. Shitting on Helen Joyce by the look of it. Oh, she was on the Queer Gossip again. Is that real? She's been on the Queer Gossip before. Holy shit. Holy shit. Listen. I think I was about their 17th, subscriber. Back when I started, sorry. They've got a whole 10 subscribers since then. Trans in the mouth. And sadly, that means Torrin must be the mouth. He's getting fat. What's happening? What is happening? You've put on weight, bro. Holy shit. So these people I had a debate with. Specifically, I was debating Max, who is... Wait, is Max not in this one? Is Max not in this one? I'm so disappointed. I can't even make my point. We had a debate, and it was just Max calling me a cunt the whole time. It's like, utterly ridiculous. WTAF. Problem? Like, this Torrin guy, by the way. Torrin is one of those people... It's quite disarming because he sounds very retarded when he speaks. But he's actually a fucking asshole. Like, don't get it twisted. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Sophie Molly has been on the Queer Gossip again. Sorry, I'm dead naming your show, I guess. Retweeting Torrin, there we go. Torrin is a disgusting piece of shit, quite frankly. Are we surprised? The same crowd that crucified Tim Wells' autistic son just a couple of months ago is using autism as an excuse for fascist behavior. What point even is that? It's so dumb. It's so stupid. Same shit. Not that we're a cult or anything. Not that... It's this... Same shit again. Wow. Doesn't understand US politics. As if Sophie Molly understands anything about that shit. Disgusting. Trump's executive order to remove gender markers from US passports. Why is that disgusting? Why is that disgusting? You can smell the self-importance off that reply. He is, yeah, very self-important. Very typical kind of progressive type that if you ask them a direct question, they will not respond directly, if at all. And he's just full of shit. That's all I have to say about that fucking person. Go watch my debate with the Queer Gossip if you want to understand what I'm talking about. And then, a month after our debate, they went back and reacted to that conversation so that they could talk about how actually they were correct and I'm just a piece of shit. And they were talking about Max wanted me to fucking die and shit. Like, I have a react on my live somewhere. Hi Shadowrun Twitch, I hope you're good. There we go. You have been directly cheering the right, blah, 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 blah. Shitting on Helen Standerland, shitting on Maya Forstater. GC, women's rights. Why would trans people do this? What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? Like, this is so stupid. And this person is like fucking nuts. I don't know if it's going to be easy to find like this person like harassing J.K. Rowling, but I mean, she got dropped from the Green Party for it. Stats for lefties, and that's a disgusting fucking page. Absolutely ridiculous. Why have voters abandoned Labour? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Still shitting on Helen Stanland. Julie Bindle, Helen Joyce, how nice. You get my point. These people are cyberbullies. Like, Pissed Up Lawyer is a cyberbully who complains whenever someone gives him just the same back. Sophie Molly is a cyberbully who complains when someone gives them back in kind. Amaya Deakins, I don't even know what the fuck her deal is, but I don't know. I think you should answer for your crimes, Amaya. I think you're quite disgusting based on the shit I've heard you say on this. Anyway.